cats hate moving for two reasons. One, they really dislike change. And two, they love their territory. So today I'm going to discuss 5 things you can do to relieve their stress during this really traumatic time for them. And stay tuned to the end of the video because it's the last piece of advice I'm going to give that is sometimes overlooked in regards to cats. If these kinds of videos are something that you would like to see more of and other pets as well, hit the subscribe button and that way you'll get notified when I go ahead and post a new video every week. Hi, my name is Jenn Baer, and I am a target market specialist and realtor with eXp Realty in New Hampshire. And joining me today is Sophia, my tortie. She is definitely interested in this topic. She did have to go through this process a couple years ago when we moved to this house, so she's very familiar with moving. I've always had cats in my life, and I think every move that I've ever done has been with cat or multiple cats. So this is something that I am very familiar with as well. So today we are going to go over 5 things you can do to reduce your cat's stress and anxieties during the moving process. But as a disclaimer, I am not a veterinarian, and if you have any further questions on anything I talk about or you would like to get more information, I recommend talking to your veterinarian who's familiar with your cat, who actually might have more ways to help, especially if you have a cat that is really afraid of change. Which brings me to the next thing I was going to discuss is that what I'm going to be talking about is mainly for indoor cats. So if you have outdoor cats, what you need to do is you're going to have to bring them and make them indoor cats for a month or so before you move so that you can go ahead and get them ready for this whole process. Once they start seeing things changing, outdoor cats sometimes get a clue that something's happening and will run off and hide. And you don't want them to be missing a few days before you move when you're going to get ready to trap them at that point. They've already been clued in that something's happening. So you're going to have to keep them inside and in their own special room until the move. All right, so on to the first thing that you can do for your pet. So the first thing you can do is prepare their carrier. So you're going to want to have it out in the living area and make it something that they've seen for about a month. I think a month is a good time frame. And put bedding in it and treats and feed them treats inside it so that they're comfortable going inside the carrier. If they're really skittish about it, what you can also do is meal times can start happening right outside the front of the carrier. And after about a week, move it just inside the carrier, right inside the front door. And then another week, move it halfway inside. So they're going to have to be halfway inside the carrier to eat. And then eventually have it all the way in the back of the carrier so that they have to go all the way inside the carrier to have their meal time. So that will really help them see that it's something normal, nothing to be scared of, which will definitely help on moving day, having them feel comfortable and safe inside their carrier. All right, so next. Do not leave out any boxes because those are also cat traps. So if you leave them out and open, you're most likely going to catch a cat. And you don't want to be moving on or losing your cat and then moving on moving day and not knowing where your cat is and having them accidentally be in a box. So definitely have the boxes out while you're packing it up. They'll have fun playing with them. Make sure the cat's not in them when you close them up, and then go ahead and move them out of the living areas so that again, they don't accidentally get opened up and cats end up inside them. So storage unit, basement, if they don't go in the basement, garage, if they don't go in the garage, somewhere where they are not going to be cat traps anymore. Third is to maintain normal routines. Now, it's not as obvious with cats as it is with dogs, but cats really do love their routines and they're really tuned into you. So if there's a time of day that you go ahead and play with them usually, definitely meal time should stay the same, and especially cuddle time. So if you sit down every night to watch TV and they cuddle in your lap, but now you're going to be doing paperwork or looking at homes on the computer instead, still do that on the couch so that they can still cuddle with you while you're doing that. And that will go a long way into making them feel comfortable and not starting to stress out that something is going to happen. All right, and number 4. 4, confine your cat on moving day. It's going to be real important to make sure that they are not where they can escape, because they're going to know something's up and they are going to try to escape. So best thing you can do is clean out one room first, pack everything up. Usually a bathroom is easiest because it's smaller and they'll feel safer too in a smaller spot. And have their litter box and food and the carrier in there. And then have them, and a sign on the door too, because you don't want anyone to open that door throughout moving day. So keep them safe, confined until you're ready to move. Get them in the carrier, and then no matter how far you're going, you don't want to open that carrier until you get to your destination, because again, they're going to be scared and they're fast and you don't want them to escape from you. It's also important to, on moving day, to feed them a very small meal. You don't want them to have a full belly, because A, they'll be nervous, and B, they can get car sick. And that's something you don't want to have to deal with. Again, you don't want to open the carrier during the move. All right. Thank you for joining me again, Sophia. We have one more tip. Number 5, last and most important, deep clean the new home. Now, I know this is something you're already doing for yourself, right? You're already going to make sure that the place is clean and there's no trace of anything from the previous owners. This wouldn't apply to new construction. So this really is in order to avoid your cat having to smell another animal that had lived there previously. They have a very strong sense of smell and they're very territorial, and smelling another cat or pet or animal of any sort might really stress them out. So definitely deep clean, and don't deep clean just with normal cleaners. Get one that is specifically designed for pet odors. So it has the enzymes that'll break up urine or vomit or any kind of other icky smells that you can't smell, but they can smell. So definitely focus on getting cleaners specifically for the pets, and deep clean carpets and vacuum and wipe down all surfaces. And that'll go a long way into making them feel less stress and anxiety in their new home. I'm not going to go into how to acclimate them to their new home. I'm going to have a separate video for that, for cats and dogs. If you are moving and you have a dog, check out my other video, which is Woof, What's Happening? Helping 5 ways you can reduce the dog's stress and anxiety on the whole moving process. That's all I have for you today. I hope those tips have helped. Have a great day, and I will see you next week.